Hello everyone, I hope you're all doing well. Jordan here, back with a new review for you all. Today I'm very excited to bring you my first review of a product from Corsair, and it's their brand new Katar Pro wireless gaming mouse. So the Katar Pro is a lightweight and low latency gaming mouse at an unbelievable price point. And I'm going to leave the price till the end, as I was very pleasantly surprised from it, and I hope you will be too. So let's cover some of the key specs of the Katar, then we'll get into the box. So it comes in at a very lightweight 96 grams, which makes it perfect for fast-paced movement games, a symmetrical shape designed for claw or fingertip grips, a 135-hour battery life which works out with just over 5 days of continuous use, super low latency at sub 1 millisecond, and can be used even with the included adapter or connected via Bluetooth. It has up to 10,000 dpi with the Pixar PMW3325 optical sensor, onboard memory, on-the-fly DPI switch and custom macro, reprogrammable buttons, sensitivity adjustments and further settings using Corsair's iQ software. So let's crack open the box. Inside we're going to find the mouse, of course, the USB adapter that comes inside the mouse, an instruction manual, warranty and safety guide, and a single AA battery. So onto the mouse. I'm first going to cover the setup and then we'll take a look around it. So first of all, we need to remove the top cover. To do that, simply press and pull down on the small dot near the DPI switch, take out the USB receiver and pop in a AA battery, close it up and finally turn it over and flick the power switch to the wireless side. Simple. So once you've inserted the USB receiver and powered on the mouse, of course if you're using the USB receiver, it will automatically connect within a few seconds, which is super easy without any faff. Love it. This adapter is using slipstream technology that gives you the ultra fast report rate of a wired mouse without the cable and up to 33 feet of range, which is pretty impressive. So let's start on the rear of the mouse, and there's a simple Corsair logo which is glossed to contrast the otherwise mostly matte body. This works well, and I'm happy to say you won't see much gloss on this mouse at all, which in turn means it doesn't pick up grease easily. Above the Corsair logo is the LED indicator, which I'll cover in depth in a moment. Above that is the DPI switch that has 3 different presets out of the box, but of course can be changed in the iQ software. Moving up again, we've got the scroll wheel which has a textured grippy finish and bump feedback when rotated. Of course we have the 2 main mouse buttons and a nice touch of detail with the abbreviated name on the left click. Moving around, the left hand side of the mouse has a triangle pattern for added grip, and we'll find 2 buttons above which again can be remapped to whatever you fancy. By default they're forward and back buttons, and the right side doesn't have that much going on, just more of the triangle texture for grip. On the underside we've got 2 large PTFE feet for fast manoeuvrability on the mousepad, the PWM3325 sensor and the power switch. So onto the LED I mentioned, and this does a whole host of different things. First of all, when the mouse is powered on, it will light up either green, yellow or red. This indicates the remaining battery in the AA. Green is 51 to 100%, yellow is 31 to 50 and red is for 30% or below. After that battery is indicated, it will move on to the connection mode. You'll see white for the USB receiver and blue for Bluetooth. Both options go into a breathing effect when either disconnected or not paired, then blink when pairing, and then light solid upon connection. This light also shows 2 different other functions, as an indicator for the default DPI settings that are loaded onto the mouse, which of course can be changed as well, either showing red for 800 DPI, white for 1500 or green for 3000. And in addition to DPI, it can show the state of the 2 power modes that are built into the mouse. By default the mouse is in performance mode, but can be swapped to low power mode, perfect for when your battery is low or you're just using it for general browsing or media work, for example, where speed isn't essential. This drops the report rate down to 125 Hz and puts the mouse to sleep after just 10 seconds of inactivity, over the 2 minutes that you'll find on performance mode. To change between them, simply press and hold the scroll wheel as you power on the mouse and it will swap over. Purple is performance mode and yellow is power saver. This is a really handy feature if you ask me, and as a side note, if you don't want to do all those commands to change the options, you can also do it in iQ. Yeah, that LED does a lot, but to be fair to Corsair, it's been implemented well. You could get away with using it straight out the box and never even touching the software. And on the topic of software, let's take a look at iQ for those that want to get experimental. It does show that it's unavailable, but the mouse is plugged in, so I think that's just a little bit of a bug on my end. On the left hand side we've got our actions where we're going to do our macros. Simply just press the plus to add a new one. Then it gives you the option on what kind of button you want to do that. So at the moment it's on left click. Say let's do it on the DPI toggle, for example. Then down on the bottom here we've got our record settings. You can just add a new event here. Let's say we want to do a keyboard event where we press the letter D, or you can type it, add the event by pressing yes, Then you can also do some more advanced things on there. Further advanced settings on the side, action triggers, repeats or any second actions to those. And then you can do a sound on there as well if you fancy it. You can do that for any kind of different keyboard command or mouse click on any different feature and any different button. So there's lots of different flexibility there. That's something you're going to have to play and spend quite a bit of time on and going to get it down to how you want it yourself. That's all going to vary by person to person. Dpi settings down here, these are the defaults. So we have the ones that I mentioned. We've got 1800, 1500 and then 3000. You can obviously change these to however much you want and then pick the default by pressing the little dot underneath. If you're using it for gaming the majority of the time, I'd probably drop it down to that one. But for me doing work and stuff, I do like it a little bit higher. You do have options to change the different colors on there as well. So for example, if you go onto the green and we can just pick your own kind of custom color, maybe a nice blue, you can just dial that in there. There is a sniper bit there, but this mouse doesn't have a sniper button, so that's currently not enabled. You can also add a different mode in if you fancy it. So maybe you want to do a different game, you want to have different settings for that, you can add that in up there. Then if we go to the performance tab, we've got our pointer precision speed and any enhanced precision that you might want to add on. Finally, we've got the device settings tab. This is where you'd usually see the performance or the power saving option. My PC seems a little bit buggy with this setting as well, so it's not actually popping up, but I can easily do it on the mouse. So if you do have this option, just do it on the mouse with the scroll wheel and it's a lot easier to get around this situation if it comes up for you. I think where this is a brand new product as well, there will be a few little bugs, but I'm sure that will be ironed out in time. So we've taken a look around the mouse, the built-in functionalities and what you can do with the software. So now it's conclusion time. So at the start I mentioned I was going to leave the price till the very end. So what do you think? After what I said, how much would you think this costs? Well, it's a very, very affordable and impressive $40 or £45. I've been extremely impressed with what the Katar offers for that price. It's been very accurate and responsive. I've not noticed any dropping out or anything with the USB receiver either. I've gone between wired mice and this and haven't noticed any latency difference, so what Corsair has implemented with the slipstream tech is working very, very well. I like the design, although I do have large hands and I can use this comfortably with a fingertip or claw grip, so no quibbles on that regard. The construction is good, but do bear in mind as this is coming in at a more affordable price point, it does feel a little bit plasticky, but you can't expect the world for 45 quid. The battery life is great and you can get very close to the stated life, although the use of a AA battery does give me mixed feelings, but I can see why it does use batteries over a rechargeable one. It is $40 after all. There's not really very much that I don't like, and I've tried to look for things too. The only thing that I could say is I'd like to see a rechargeable version with the USB-C port for wired use when the battery's low, but that of course would increase the price, and then when you think the Harpoon's only £10 or $10 more than this one, it kind of renders that whole idea pointless anyway. Overall, this is a fantastic little mouse from Corsair, and technology is advancing so much that soon wired mice are going to be starting to get Thanos off the market in no time at all. So I hope you all enjoyed this review. I've really enjoyed making this one. If you fancy picking up a Katar Pro, I'll leave a link in the video description. If you've got any more questions, then please leave them in the comments box below and I'll get back to you. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe and ding the bell so you don't miss an upload. A big thank you to Corsair for sending this out for me to review. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.